Finally, the day arrived. On October 1st, 2000, the last classic Mini rolled out of the Longbridge factory. At the wheel, British pop star Lulu. A reminder of its connection with the flowering of the London music scene. The press gathered to record the event. And another 60s cultural icon was there to share the moment, Twiggy.
My first car was a Mini. I was 19 years old, 1969. I learnt to drive, and the obvious choice was a Mini because they were my favourite cars. They were perfect for London and, you know, traffic and parking. And they made me a special one. I had a purple, dark purple one. It was beautiful with black tinted windows. It was always a cool car to have. I mean, even pop stars who earned all that money and bought Rolls Royces and Ferraris always had a Mini as well. Whereas the other little cars weren't as cool. They're quintessentially British, you know, and I am too. So I feel quite proud of the Mini, as we all should as a country. It's a great car.
The media at the Paris Motor Show in September of 2000 finally got a look at the new Mini. After the speeches, the big moment. It looked like a lot of car for under $20,000. Now the company had to build the cars and await public reaction. The new Mini would be manufactured at BMW Group's plant in Oxfordshire, west of London. As the car moved from computer sketches to the factory floor, BMW worked hard to ensure that exceptional quality standards were followed. The plan was to build 30,000 cars a year, but they could make 100,000 if sales took off. To help reinforce the Britishness, BMW claimed that about 40% of the car's content came from UK suppliers, but the engine was built in Brazil. The company had high hopes for their reinterpretation of a legend. They had to. Hundreds of millions of dollars were riding on this bet. As the car reached markets around the world, it racked up awards. The Japanese media named it the best imported car of the year. The American press gave it the 2003 North American Car of the Year award. It won over 30 other awards. The true test came when people went into dealerships and took a test drive. There was a buzz. People responded to the fun shape, the roomy interior, and the surprising performance. It was longer, wider, and larger than the original. Its muscular, attention-grabbing style was immediately recognizable as a Mini. It was like no other car on the road. For those who wanted more power, the company soon had the supercharged Mini Cooper S. This little rocket had a 0 to 60 time of only 6.9 seconds. The interior evoked Mini's rally heritage with a modern but minimalist instrument panel. Helping to move through the gears was a 6-speed Gertag gearbox and sport suspension. The look of this high-performance go-kart was enhanced by wide wheel arches, a roof spoiler, and a functional air scoop on the hood. It was an athletic and dynamic combination that appealed to the rally driver in everybody. Wherever it went, people couldn't help but stop and stare. It stood out in any crowd. It was unique. The real test was to see how it fared with classic Mini fans. They liked the bigger engine, the styling cues like the big round headlamps, the smiling grille, and the cheeky square shape that reminded them of their beloved classic. They weren't willing to forget about 41 years of motoring history and chuck their older cars. However, they seemed to be willing to give the new car a chance. The Mini is a reminder of why people like cars. In this age of oversized, aggressive road tanks, it's hard not to fall for the Mini. Whether you end up with a classic or a new one, you'll likely become a convert. They're good-looking charmers with plenty of performance, a great pedigree, and the ability to put a smile on anyone's face. As the Mini makers say, let's motor.